Joey Struber, Bikeman Performance. Today we're going to tell you when it's time to put a new belt on your side-by-side. What do you need to do? Do you just take it out? Do you throw the new one in? Well, you could do that, but you might not have the performance right away or the life expectancy that you could have. So I'm going to go over what I do and what we do for our race team and for machines that we set up in the shop. So the first thing we do is we take the new belt and we take it to the wash tub and we wash it down with soap and water. And we take like a rag and maybe a little Scotch-Brite to the surface, because when a belt's made, there's what's called a release agent that's used, and you got to get all that release agent off. So once all that release agent's off, you rinse it good with regular water, let it dry. From this point, you would take your belt off your machine, and then you would go and you would clean your surfaces of your clutch with an acetone product. So you can use acetone, a carb cleaner on a rag, anything that's going to take any old rubber material off, because you want to start on a fresh aluminum surface. So you do that to your primary and secondary clutch. From there, you would take a gray Scotch-Brite. You go inside to outside, just roll that thing over slowly. Just go in and out on the clutch, on your outer sheave, on your inner sheave. Make sure your key is off while you're doing this. You don't want the thing to start while you're doing it. And then if you can take your secondary clutch to the bench and do the same thing. If you don't know how to take your secondary off, you can just kind of clean it as good as you can. And if you already cleaned it off with acetone or carb cleaner, it should be pretty good. But the more you can put them little micro grooves in there, the more your belt has to stick to, and the faster your new belt will seat in. So then you put your new belt on, and then you'll drive it in low range if you have a low range in your machine. If you don't have a low range in your machine, you want to drive it easy. Just drive it around the yard. If you can picture an old granny driving it. If you're an old granny, cool. Glad you're still driving them, but drive a little slower maybe, and just let that belt wear in for the first hour without stressing it, because that's a really important thing. It has to get up to temp and has to get worked for it to be ready to be loaded. And once it's been run for a while, you'll actually see like a little glazing on it. That glazing makes it really really sticky, like almost like the difference between a street tire and a drag slick. The drag slick has more surface area, so it has more area to grip, and it'll bite harder. So once you get that glazed area on there, you're good to go. You can start hammering on it. That's Joey Strube, side by side, Belt Tech.